as a lot of you guys know, I own the CBR600rr and absolutely love that bike. I've done a ton of videos on that bike, and obviously I've owned the CBR1000rr for several years now, since 2014. But I'll tell you guys that the 600rr has really lost its popularity. Like, nobody talks about the CBR600rr hardly anymore, man. It's almost like a faded memory now, even though Honda still sells that bike for a whopping $11,799. But you know what, guys? I'm going to tell you why that the CBR600rr is no longer relevant.
Let's go for a ride. Watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today. Continue to leave video suggestions, but you may find what you're looking for by visiting my website at CycleCruza.com and click on the menu tab My Videos. And those are a bunch of playlists with all of my videos categorized in them to make it easier for you to navigate through.
First off, Honda has not updated the 600rr in years, man. It's still rocking the same old look. It actually looks older now than the bike that I had, the 2008 model that I had. But I'll tell you that not only does it look old now, really the 600cc class is really, at least for people that ride mostly on street and maybe do some track days here and there, it's really, the 600 is kind of, it's not necessary anymore, because these days all the liter bikes are nearly just not that much heavier than the 600, and also they have power modes on the liter bikes these days. So basically you get a 600 in 1,000. So if you want to dumb down the power, you can for the track and street. So it's really not necessary to get a 600 anymore. That's why Honda hasn't updated the 600rr. It's just that class is only good in racing. You know, my cousin, he races, I think he still races a 600rr in the amateur races right now. And he's moved up through the classes. He was at the 250cc level, and then he moved up to the 600. And you know, so if you're in racing or whatnot, I can understand, and you're purely for track, that makes sense. But for just, like I said, for a regular rider out here on the streets, and you do a few handful of track days here and there, the new CBR1000rr is thinner than this bike. It's thinner, and it's even lighter weight. I think it's like 10-15 pounds lighter than this, and this bike is already pretty light at 441 pounds stock. You put an aftermarket exhaust like I did on mine, it's like 436 pounds or something like that. So the new one's even way lighter than that even. I mean, I think that's down to like, what, 415 or less. So, and then you put an aftermarket exhaust, it even lowers the weight even more, and it's thin. It feels like a 600, man, the new one. And you have the power modes, like I said. R6 has been really hugely popular over the years, but that's even kind of faded. They just updated the looks, where it looks like a R1 now, but it's the same exact engine. They just added a few things here and there to update the bike, but it's just really about the looks. Whoa, my rear did some slide action out here, man. Gotta be careful, boy. Hey, but you know, I always felt that the 600rr was a really awesome bike. Like I said in the past, it's still an amazing bike. Used, you can't go wrong. I still do not recommend starting on a 600rr. It's just, or any 600cc Supersport. There just is too much power for a new rider, and they don't have the power modes on it. Like I think, I don't know if the new R6 has power modes or not, but the 600rr definitely doesn't. So that's not something you want to, and I can understand if you got a liter bike and you put it on the lowest power level or whatnot, and then started out that way and then progress through the power levels. That makes sense. That's the only way I would say that you could get a liter bike as a new rider. I still wouldn't recommend it, because you're probably going to drop the bike and all that. You might as well just get something you can beat up on, like a dual sport or something. Like I tell you, I think the best starter bike for a new rider is dual sports, most definitely, because they can be dropped, beat up. Man, you can pick them right back up and keep riding them. Start it right back up. You're not worried about scratches and all that stuff. And as a new rider, it's very highly likely you're probably going to drop the bike at some point. But anyways, you know, I'll tell you guys that if you can find a sick deal on a 600rr and you want to go from a, say, the starter bike, say you're on a 300 Kawasaki Ninja 300 or a CBR600rr or any of those R3, and you want to step up to the Supersport, it's still a good, I still would recommend it. The reason I still like the super bike as a street bike still, especially the CBR600rr, is because it's so lightweight, you know, and it's so powerful. But honestly, if we had the Street Fighters and the super naked bikes that are available today, back in the day, I would have definitely went that route as opposed to getting, you know, a straight up super bike. But anyways, guys, share your opinion. Do you think the 600cc class is dead for the street riders? Leave a comment and let's talk about it. But anyways, guys, for those of you guys that want to get my gear, my gloves, camo pants, my new helmet, all my leather jackets, all my stuff, I always include links in the description and comment section of my videos, or go to my website, CycleCruza.com, click on the menu tab, my gear, and those are links to all my stuff.
Thumbs up, check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.